Hi everyone, I'm April Walker, and I'm coming to you today with a message. And the message is, it's time for us to reconnect with ourselves. Now, for a lot of us, we have changed who we were or played small or just tried not to step on other people's toes by being exactly who we were. And in the midst of all this, somewhere down that line, we lost important parts of ourselves. And I say that we lost important parts of ourselves because when you do these types of things to please and appease other people, you find yourself searching for something that you don't really know what it is, but you know something is lost. And for a long time, I kept myself small, hidden, unnoticed by, you might as well say, the world. But a lot of people, that I felt were uncomfortable when I was myself. And I woke up today and I did my normal, but I was still a little tired, so I laid back down and took me a nap. Okay, back, stop itching. And in the process of me taking this nap, I received a message from my spirit team, and they told me that I needed to reconnect to the things that I loved and to the things that made me happy, the things that made me me. And they told me to get my ass outside today and do my video. So that's where I'm at. I'm out here. And we got all this beautiful sunshine and animals and everything coming out. I've seen bees and birds and butterflies and all that other good shit. So I'm out here to mingle with them today. But for a long time in my life, I did so many things to place other people, should I say, on a pedestal, even when it made me feel like I was stuck under a bridge or in a box. And life, for some, I can't say unknown reason, but by my own doing, became very hard for me. And it became very hard for me because I was not being who I truly was. And I was allowing these other people's feelings, emotions, and attachments to me. Y'all calm down. Y'all excuse my animals because I got a lot of them. But anyway, I let other people's outlook on me and the way I just naturally was stop me from being exactly who I was. Because I felt like it was easier for me to be kind to their feelings and neglect my own. To stray away from confrontation and arguments so that I could keep things and people together. And for a very long time, I was that. I was the glue that held a lot of things and a lot of people together. Until I got to the point where I woke up and realized that for all the things that I did to keep everyone else and everything else together, there was nobody, and I mean nobody, trying to even encourage me to be me. because they like to see me conform to their outlook on what I was supposed to be. But I'm here to tell y'all, if you're living your life and you're only living it to please other people, you're going to find yourself lost in a sunken place. And then you're going to have to work your way back through these experiences in your life in order to regain your clarity and understanding of who you truly are. And I'm telling you this because I've done it. I've been there. And I'm on my walk right now back to who I am supposed to truly be. And it's hard when you have families, you have children, you have relationships, you have everyone and everything else counting on you to do and be something for them. And you forget, you truly forget how to be yourself, for yourself. Because that's what I did. I lost all how I be. I lost my complete identity. And I just became a daughter, a sister, a mother, a wife, a caretaker, a cook, a cleaner, everything for everyone else. But when I looked back and I asked myself, out of all these things that you do to uplift and uphold everyone and everything else, what the fuck are you doing for you? And I had to take accountability for the position that I had placed myself in. And I'm coming to you today to talk to you about this because once I came to that realization and I took accountability for myself and my own actions, then I was able to move forward, to rebuild and reconstruct myself by incorporating all those things that I used to love to do, places I love to go, things I used to just find fun and laughter in for no damn reason whatsoever. It was just something that brought me joy. But everyone in this world has an Achilles heel. And it could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be your children, it could be your relationship, it could be your job, it could be anything in this world that is keeping you from being authentically who you are. And you have to search your insides, your heart, your mind, your emotions, in order to gain that perspective back as to what it is that you really lost. Because once you dive into it, you will understand exactly how important that part of you that is gone really was to you. And then you're going to wonder or try to figure out ways to get it back. But the answer to rejoining with that person that you are truly supposed to be is within you. For me, I had to go back. I really had to go back a long ways because the damage was done from a very early age. And with me, oh, I got a whole flock of birds out here watching me right now, y'all. Anyway, for me, I had to walk myself back through my childhood. All those things that people told me I couldn't do. All those things that people looked to me to do that was not my responsibility to do. I had to go through every experience that I experienced in my life. People telling me that I was ugly and no one wanted me, no one loved me, all types of shit. But I went through it. And when I tell you when they talk about the dark night of the soul, baby, you got to do your shadow work. Because if you truly want to heal yourself, there are so many shadows that are hidden in that closet deep down within your vessel that you don't even know are there. You have things that have been trapped and hidden in your subconscious that you don't even know you're fighting against because they're hidden and they only come up when you go through a particular situation or you hear a particular statement or something that triggers what was already laid dormant. But by the graces of God and my spirit team and my determination to say fuck being a people pleaser anymore, I was able to gain clarity. I was able to gain a newfound understanding for myself, a newfound love for myself that I could incorporate into my everyday life and my everyday experiences with others. And it gave me the opportunity and the wisdom to be able to distinguish between those people who are good for me and those people who are not so good for me. Those people who need to be in my life and those people who I need to remove from my life. Those people who are in my life to use me and abuse me. And those people who are there to uplift me. And in this process, I got very lonely for a long time until I realized that that lonely place that I thought I was sitting in was my preparation place. It was my place to rebuild, to reconstruct, to revisit, to re-see, to rehear, to relearn. And I did. Damn right I did. And the things that I learned from this process, nobody and nothing can take that away from me. No one can place their hands on what my outcome can be now. Because unless I give someone that much authority and power over my life, they can talk all they want to talk. They can get mad when they want to get mad. They can fuss when they want to fuss, but you know they say a person can't argue by themselves. I do not give energy to people, places, or situations that tend to come in my life to try to harm me, break me, belittle me. Because I know who the fuck I am now. And I am a powerful motherfucker. Trust and believe that. Anybody that truly knows me, and there ain't but a few, but anybody that truly knows me knows I've been through some shit in my life. And the things that I've been through in my life, most people would not have been able to walk away from. So that tells me right there that God has a different plan for me. I went through the trials, I went through the tribulations, so that my story would be a testimony to anyone and everyone else that has already or also going through that same path. I'm here to be able to give you the information that I learned so that you can then incorporate it into your life and help you with your healing. I'm not here to gain 100 million followers because I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not here to ask nobody to give me no donations and no money because I don't give a fuck about that neither. Everything that I want and that I need has been provided for me through the graces of God. Trust that. I wants for nothing. If I want it or I need it, all I have to do is ask for it. And anyone who has known me for more than 10 to 15 years knows that I've come a long way from where I was. A very long way. And I can only say that it was God that guided me through it. But the thing you got to understand is this. When people try to keep you in that sunken place, when they try to keep you buried underneath them so that they feel superior to you, or you have to look up to them or rely on them for what you need, that's only a person who wants to control. Now, I'm not saying if you're in a relationship or you're in a partnership or you're vibing with someone on the same level. If you have someone that elevates you the same way you elevate them, pushes you and promotes you to do better, they want you to be the best possible version of yourself that you can be, then yes, that's a person that you hold on to for dear life. Hold on to them. And the more that they pour into you, you pour right back. Because that is a connection that you are building that's going to help you and that person elevate in your lives in the long run. But when you have people that you're always pouring into and nobody's pouring back into you, you pour, they take, they leave. You pour, they take, they leave. Those are people you're supposed to remove yourself away from. And once you remove yourself, don't take your ass back. And I'm telling you that because when you go back, you start another cycle. You start another cycle in your life within their life. Make sure you understand that now. You're starting a cycle for your life within their life. Because then you're not living for yourself, you're living for them. You're not standing in your authenticity. You're being a puppet, and they're your puppet master. I have been the puppet for multiple people. But do I hold any resentment for it? No, I don't. Because every time I was the puppet, I was able to observe my puppeteer. And every time that I kept my eyes open, even when they wanted them to be closed, I learned something different. Not just about myself, but also about them. And learning is the greatest thing that you could possibly ever do. In this world, in this reality, they always want you to pick up these books that they have already written and learn what they want to teach you. But in reality, the only things that you need to learn is what you hold within. Because the life that you are living has already been scripted. It's yours. But when you come to the understanding that you can change anything in the script by taking action, then you're writing your own story. And when you write your own story, how can anyone stop you from doing what it is that you are meant to do? What you're called to do. What no one else can see you're supposed to do. Because, see, that's where all those misunderstandings and miscommunication comes in at, because you might be walking down one path and you're standing right here. And someone else is on their own path and they're standing right here. And the fact that they can see you, okay? The fact that they can see you means that they think and they feel that you're on the same path. But in reality, you're not. You might not even be on the same damn timeline. It's just that at this moment, the two timelines or the two realities are traveling at the same speed where you can see them and they can see you. But your life and their life and what you see and what they see, what they feel, what you feel and what they feel are totally different. It's just like I explained before. You could have a next door neighbor, right? And you could come out your house every day and wave and speak and smile. Same thing you do every day. And that person comes out the door, same time every day, and you wave and you speak and you smile. But that person every day has an attitude, or they're upset, or they're just grumpy as fuck for no reason. And it's because the two of you are in the same place, but in a different time frame. They are living a life that they are upset, grumpy, confused, in turmoil. In this same timeline, right beside you, where you're living your life and you're happy, you're abundant, you're in bliss. But they can't see what you have over here. And you can't see what they have over there because the two realities have not collided. I have come to a place in my life where I understand and I appreciate my own space. Everything that goes on out here around me in this world, I pay no attention to, unless it's something I want to pay attention to, okay? When you place your focus on outside situations, perceptions, people that are on a different wavelength than you, then you can pull that same negative outlook that they're seeing into your reality. I do not watch the news. I do not watch regular bullshit on TV. I do not read newspapers. I don't even have a fucking cell phone. Well, I got a cell phone, but I ain't got a number. If you're going to get in touch with me, you got to really know me to get in touch with me. Okay? It ain't no easy access when it comes to fucking with me. So I do this because I keep my focus on me and mine, where I am and where I stand. And when you learn to do this, the negative situations and stuff that goes on in the world around you, they don't affect you. Trust me, they don't affect you. It's kind of hard to explain in a certain way, and I'm not gonna get too deep into details because I ain't gonna do it all like that. All right, but anyway, you have to take time and come back into yourself. Reconnect with your inner child, because your inner child is going to, clearly show you who you were truly meant to be. And if you can dive deep down into your soul and conjure up that baby girl or that baby boy, and you can pull them back up out the darkness and reparent yourself. Give yourself everything that the people around you neglected to give you. And rebuild that baby. Make her strong or make him strong. Allow them to be exactly who they are. The silly part, the crazy part, the mean part, the angry part. Let them get it out their system. And I'm not saying do things to hurt other people. No. When you're doing this and you're trying to rebuild yourself, you have to place yourself in solitude. You cannot reconstruct the person that you are supposed to be if you have a giant ass crowd around you, because then you are incorporating what you're seeing, hearing, and feeling from other people into the person that you are becoming. And that shit don't work that way. It really don't. I tried it. I tried to keep hold to people that I loved, but I knew were no good for me. And every time I tried to keep my grip, they did something or said something or they put something in motion that put my life again in turmoil. So I had to release them to their own understanding of what they are going through in their realities and exclude myself from it. And once I did that, hi birdie, once I did that, I was able to think clearly, hear clearly, see clearly, and feel clearly my own emotions without them being tampered with. I'm going to say tampered with. Instead, I got the truest version of myself. The part of me that I was supposed to love the most, that I had pushed down and hidden away even from myself, in order to please other people. But as I told y'all yesterday, no motherfucking more. We're not doing that no more. And I refuse to go backwards. I went backwards a couple times in my life, and you know what? It was the worst fucking thing I could have possibly did. And it wasn't just the worst possible thing because I went back to people and situations. It was the worst possible thing because in order for me to go back to these people in these situations, I wasn't able to be me. I was still hiding. I was still afraid. But you don't have to be. There is a way around it, up out of it, even through it. Because sometimes, trust me, people don't want to move when you want them to move. But your understanding, your love for yourself, and your truest outlook on you and your life will set you free. Because when you get to the point where you don't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks about you, when you get to the point where people can talk about you over here and you can hear it, but if you know the words that they speaking ain't true, you don't give a fuck. When you get to the point where somebody can look another person in the face and tell them a complete bald-faced lie about you, and you look at it and you be like, mm-hmm. Because see, when you do and see things like that, it's also pointing out and categorizing these other people that you are letting come into your life or remain in your life. Because if anybody that's willing to listen to someone else's opinion about you without knowing you or getting to know you, those motherfuckers ain't for you neither. And that's what you got to understand. You got to understand that your happiness, your complete happiness, thank you, is more important than you sitting back being manipulated by other people in order to keep them happy. So when you reconnect with that true version of yourself, let it explode. Yeah, let it explode. And whoever does not like, appreciate, want to deal with that true version of you, allow them to leave. And it doesn't matter who they are, as I told y'all before, it don't matter. If they don't like who you truly are, allow them to leave. Because trust and believe me, there is someone, there are some people, there are a lot of people that's just going to love who you truly are if you if you give them the opportunity to get to know that true person. But don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid. And I'm only telling you that because I was afraid for a long time. I was even afraid to do what I'm doing right now, just being seen. I was afraid because of certain things and certain aspects and certain shit that was said, and my self-esteem was crushed for a long time. It really was. But not no more. Not no more. And I came to a realization a while back, and my spirit team, they were talking to me. I was getting ready to go to a get-together for a friend of mine. And I looked at myself in the mirror, and just me being me. But I was admiring what I saw. And I just heard as clear as day, this is you. Why do you have to wait until someone calls you out, invites you out, summons you to show who you truly are? And I had to think about that shit because it hit deep in the moment. And I realized that was something that I was doing to myself, because I'm a country girl and I get dirty. I get my hands dirty. I get dirty. Okay? I build shit. I work on cars. I do shit that a lot of girls don't do. Well, the new age girls, some of them do and some of them don't, you know. But I do a lot of things that a lot of girls don't do. But when I was ready to go out or see people, I transformed into a whole different motherfucker, you know. The attitude changed, the way I dress changed, the way I walk changed, the way I talk changed. And my spirit team said, that's you too. You just got to learn to incorporate that you with the you that you are on a daily basis. So I started working on that, because what we have to understand is through our healing, we have to incorporate the good parts and the bad parts. And your focus has to be on moderation when it's needed. So I can't hide my spicy girl, shake my ass around and all that good stuff from the chick that wash some clothes and go outside around back and hang them on the line, or the chick that go outside and get up underneath the car and change some oil, or chick that have a flat tire and get on the side of the road and change that motherfucker. All of her has to be in one. So when it comes to your healing, learn to incorporate, because each part of you is important. There's a reason why you became each version of yourself in this lifetime. And the fact that you became each version of yourself in this lifetime means that you're going to need each version of yourself in this lifetime. Don't allow anyone or anything to tell you that you do not need all parts of you, because you do. And I just felt like I need to come talk to y'all about that today. And I want you all to take time and gain a greater understanding that we all need to reconnect. Dive back into what lights a fire under your ass and makes you want to get up and do something that you haven't done in 10, 15, 20 years. Something that used to bring you joy for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Something that could put a smile on your face or make you laugh or just make you feel calm in the middle of a storm. Because all these things that you are important. And don't let nobody tell you that they're not. So, today my message was about reconnecting with self. And I hope that each and every one of you takes the time to reconnect. Because reconnecting is a crucial part of your healing. You cannot just heal what you see from the surface level. You have to dive deep within your vessel, within your soul, within your mind, within your heart, in order to gain your completion. So, this was my message today. And I hope that everyone has had and is still having a wonderful day. I hope that it is filled with love, peace, and gratitude. And I want you guys to take that with you. Keep that with you all day, every day. And remember to keep it with you. Again, I'm April Walker, and I love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day.